and worst fashion investments and my personal 5 rules to buy by. Welcome along to the video. My name is Antonia Timpany. I own timpanies.com. Click here to find out all about us. So for those of you who don't know who we are a luxury designer resale company based in Berkshire in the United Kingdom. And essentially my background is most certainly buying and selling luxury designer goods. And also I studied economics at university, so I have a real passion for the idea of fashion being an investment. So today I'm bringing you a video about the best and worst fashion investments and my personal 5 rules to buy by. Watch along and let me know your thoughts by commenting below. So before we kick off with rule number 1, I just really want to quickly clarify what I mean by the term buying for investment. In this particular video, what I don't mean is that you're going to purchase something and it's going to go up in value and you're going to sell it for more. What I do mean is you're going to purchase something and it's going to retain its value the best. Therefore, you'll be able to sell it for the maximum you possibly can on the second-hand market. It might still mean that you're making a small loss. So let's kick off with my first rule, and that is size matters. So essentially think about all the things that it matters what size you are. So clothing, shoes, belts, things like that automatically mean that if you're a size 10, you could only then sell the item on to someone else that is a size 10. Therefore, automatically reducing the pool of people that you can possibly sell to on the second-hand market. What this essentially means is that items that don't require you to be a certain size, so think handbags, think purses, all things that fit everybody, then they really do command the best price on the second-hand market because you've got an almost infinite number of people to sell to. So my rule number 1 is size matters. So if you've got a smaller budget, perhaps think really carefully about the things that you want to invest in. Maybe look to do handbags and purses to start off with. My second rule when thinking about buying for investment is to try and avoid spending big money on trend items. So if we look back historically at some of the it bags, the one that comes to mind that you probably all know I really don't like is the Chloe Paddington bag. It was everywhere when it first came out. Perhaps more recently we could look at a trend item such as the Valentino rock studs, things like that. I personally would avoid spending a lot of money, unless I had a lot of money, on a trend item. I'd rather opt for things that are timeless, that are seen year after year, that are classic pieces. If you're buying a trend item, you do ideally need to be buying it and selling it within 2 years. If that's you, fair enough, you probably won't lose much money. However, if it's not you and you want to keep your items for longer, I would definitely opt for a more classic piece, so that it's not looking dated in say 2, 3, 4 years time. My third rule is to consider how an item will wear. So let's firstly think about shoes, and they do seem to be taking a bit of a brunt in this video. But one night out in a pair of heels, if you're anything like me, it can very much look like you've almost run a marathon in them. Unless you're Mariah Carey and you're being wheeled to dinner, then damage to the heel, to the sole, little chips to the leather because of stones can so easily happen. So if you're going to really struggle to keep your shoes pristine, I would say buy them because you love them, because you enjoy them, and because you're going to wear them time and time again, but don't buy them because they're a good investment and you might want to sell them in the future. Again, on this video, I would suggest buying things that wear well. So that makes me think of jewellery and scarves, and again, these are great investment pieces because not only do they wear well, but they also fit everybody too. So therefore maximising the chance that you'll be able to sell them on the second-hand market really easily. My fourth rule is to spend your budget in order of where you derive pleasure. So for me, I will tell you how I choose what to spend big on and what to save on. So I choose to spend big on jewellery and watches because I literally wear them every day. Some items of jewellery, like this necklace, I literally never take off, goes in the shower, goes everywhere. On holiday, it's great. So I don't mind spending a lot of money on pieces that I know I will literally wear every day. Next up, I will choose to invest in a beautiful bag. So I've invested in a Chanel bag, for instance. I know that I can wear it in the evening, in the day. I chose something really versatile, not too big, and I was very clever about the piece that I bought. I bought it in a black color, so it's super hard wearing, and it wasn't necessarily it wasn't a trend item, so it's something that I really hope will last me for years and years. Next up, I choose to invest in scarves and wallets and belts because they can really elevate an outfit. Next up, I've got a thing about coats. I don't know why. I think it's because when you go into a shop, it's really easy, isn't it? Just to try on a coat on top of everything. You don't need to get undressed. So I seem to have a huge coat wardrobe. But again, in winter in England, it's really cold. Often the coat is almost all anyone sees you in. So I do choose to invest in my designer coats. Now, finally, things that I tend not to spend too much money on, but I just use it as a kind of blank canvas to display my other beautiful things are the basics. So my basic jeans and cream cashmere roll necks and things like that. I will choose to perhaps buy some of those on the high street or the upper high street. As long as they fit me well, then I'm not choosing to spend too much on those. And then in terms of my shoes, I used to spend money on heels, and I realized the paperware on those was so low that now I try to spend money on flats if I can rather than heels. I think it's just about learning what suits your lifestyle and buying really carefully. So it's about buying things that complement what you do, that aren't trend-led pieces that will last you for a really long time. And my fifth rule is that unfortunately brands matter, and that is so true. There are brands that kind of go in and out of favor. I'd say Gucci is so in favor at the moment. Maybe other brands aren't so much. I've heard other resellers saying Dolce & Gabbana is not selling so well anymore. And essentially it's about buying your brands it's about choosing to invest very carefully in certain brands. Ones that always seem to hold their value and do well: Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Hermes. They're the three kind of absolutely, no questions asked, really great investment pieces, especially if you're choosing to buy classic pieces to add to your wardrobe, things that they release time and time again. I've done loads of videos on those. I'll link some down below for you to go and check out. Alongside that, I'm going to add a quick caveat in as well in there is be careful what colours you choose to invest in. I know that sounds obvious, but naturally blacks and navies will probably wear better than pale greys and creams. It's a really obvious point, but it's just one that that I don't think deserves its own rule, but I just wanted to tag it on at the end. So guys, I hope you found this video an interesting perspective on how you can choose to shop for investment. I'd be really interested to know your fashion buying rules. If you comment below, let me know. Other than that, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you same time next week. Bye.